Creepy Clown. Who we are, why we are here. Written by Vance Mellen. It was staring at him from the woods. My youngest son was playing soccer in the fields next to the playground at Carl Johnson Elementary School here in the suburbs of Chicago. It was one of those bright fall days. The grass was still wet with the cool dew of early morning recess. My little guy told me that he was kicking a soccer ball with his friends. He kicked the ball too far and it rolled way over the field to the far fence. Just past that fence, there was a jutting patch of trees with a trail of raised wooden trestles. Kids often took the shortcut to get home after school. As my 7-year-old boy ran across the grass to pick up his ball, he saw the strangest thing. He said there was no mistaking it. There is no way it was a piece of trash, a balloon floating by, something snagged in the bushes, or a malformed tree trunk. It was not an animal either. It was a clown. He said the clown was staring out of the woods at him. His face looked like a sad clown. The white pancake makeup was coagulated on his face, making his wrinkles show up like deep black furrows. My boy said that the clown did not smile or frown. He just stared. This is why I thought it might be some kind of delusion or maybe a dream or vision. While my boy did have an active imagination, there's no history of insanity in my family that I know of. I wish that some of the other kids had reported seeing it too, but I was too afraid to ask their parents. "Hey, did your daughter see a creepy clown staring out of the woods the other morning?" They would have put me away. I listened quietly to his tale of terror, even though I have to admit some fear was welling up inside of me. I had always been a little scared of clowns after seeing a weird clown in a fortune-telling booth at an amusement park when I was a kid. A clown watching from the woods. It felt like a harbinger of something bad coming, a big change. "Come one, come all." I nodded my head in support of my little boy. Yes, I believe you. I did believe that he saw something, but not that. Why my boy? There's got to be a simple explanation, I thought, some trick of the light. "Watch some TV," I said to my son. "It'll take your mind off it." I asked my daughter, age 13, to find a light-hearted show for the poor kid to watch. Later that afternoon, just before sunset, I said, "I'll be right back," on the pretext of going to get some pizza for dinner. I locked the doors as I left the house. I usually never lock the doors until dark. I got in the car and drove to my son's school and parked at the far edge of the school parking lot. I sat in that car for 20 minutes, staring into the woods, trying to see what he saw. As the woods went from orange to purple, when I was sure no security guard was going to come out of the school and shoo me off, when rush hour had died down a bit, and as the sun was setting behind the little patch of dark woods, I got out of my car. I hopped the short side of the school fence and walked across the large grassy field. The wet was seeping through the toes of my shoes. Night dew. I went well back towards the far border of fence, where the weeds started growing wilder and where they cut the grass less. I stood close to where I thought my son may have stood, to try to see what he saw. I was sure it was only his imagination. He was a very creative little boy, like me, and had a tendency to exaggerate. Maybe this was all just another one of his stories. Since then, he'd drawn a picture of what he saw. I hope to God he was exaggerating. I saw the little trail that led back into the woods. I looked hard into the trees, the shrubs, and the overgrown brush. The woods were dark and deep now that the sun had set behind them. I saw nothing. If I had any guts at all, I would have called out to it. Maybe it would have appeared, glowing up, pale white, in the shadows. As I turned back, and walked across the field towards my car, the wind picked up. I had to calm myself to keep from breaking into a sprint. It felt like the thing was crawling right behind me.
Who are they? What do they want? Creepy clown. Get it on Amazon and Kindle today.